I'm Jeff Wilson, and this is MMA.I. On October 24th, there is a fight coming up between Justin Gaethje and Khabib for the lightweight title. We believe this is an actually incredible fight, and we've done some analysis on it using our analytics with the UFC video game. Now, we simulated 5 fights, and in 5 fights, Khabib wins 5 out of 5 times, 4 by submission and 1 by KO. But when I look at this fight, I actually think, after seeing the Tony Ferguson performance, that Gaethje has evolved as even a more dangerous fighter than he ever has. And I think that he has an incredible ability to take this fight longer and further than ever has been, if he's been able to do the same with his wrestling. But on the line with me today, my man, Andre Ewell. Andre, my friend, nice to see you back in there and getting ready to get to a fight. But what do you think about the Gaethje-Khabib fight?
Oh, I definitely do. One, thank you for having me. And two, I honestly do feel like this fight will be very interesting. Just the fact is there's like more brought to the table than most people think. Because one thing about the video game is that one is not real life. And two, the fact is since it's not real life, they're not bringing what actually is going on in basically life in general. Like, I know, like, on the books, it shows that Khabib should win 5 out of 5. But I know that computer did not calculate the factors in Khabib lost somebody in his life. Like, RIP, rest in peace to, to his father. But in the situation, that wasn't added in, and his mind could be anywhere right now. So I do feel like this would be an awesome fight, but I do also feel like anything that happens can go into any type of direction at the moment. But as of right now, I feel if it's a short round, it's gonna go with Gaethje. And if it ends up going in the long rounds, it's 100% Khabib. So that's how I honestly feel about that right now.
Interesting. So if you're a gambling man, you're betting in the first 2 rounds, possibly Gaethje with a knockout, and then in the later rounds, Khabib's weathered the storm, focused, and his wrestling is just devastating as per usual.
There it is. Because that's all. I just say it's just the first round right now that I would be worried with Khabib at the moment. We don't know what side's going to come out. We don't know if it's going to be the emotional, where he's going to waste his tank and Gaethje just survives the first round, and then since Khabib is tired in the second, boom, boom, bam, Gaethje wins. Or we end up getting that other side where everything's automatically controlled and he brings Gaethje down into the water. But I do know that Gaethje's circled around really good fighters and good wrestlers to automatically work with, the fight Khabib type thing. So everything kind of ends up like depending on basically Khabib. And it's what he brings to the table at the moment.
Who shows up? What I've seen with fighters, real professionals, is that when they lose somebody, most of the time they are more focused and a lot of times express their pain of that loss through the fight, and can be far more devastating than normal. And then it's an emotional outburst before. But have you known fighters in your gym or in your club that have been in a situation like that? And have you seen it go both ways?
I've seen it, been around it. Because you got to remember that Khabib it's the type of people that are very similar to Khabib. They're the type that's been around fighting because their parents made them be around fighting. Are you with me? So when they leave, there's that 2 sides where, hey, I'm going to take over because, I knew my possible, or, the person I look up to is going to pass, and there it is. And then you have that other side where it's like, hey, this is your dream, and I'm only living it out because I love you, but as soon as you go away, it doesn't really mean much to me. Like, it's like my passion left with his passion, So this is why I end up saying we don't know what type of person that he is, and in this fight, we're going to end up seeing that. It was just the same example with Rose. I just got done fighting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Ended up fighting her last fight. You know how the fight before that, how she got, almost broke her neck, the whole 9. And, she ended up retiring, right? Through that retirement that she ended up having, even granted it was like short-lived and she came back. And when she jumped into the cage, one, it's like people got to end up understanding like all the demons that she had to honestly cross through before she jumped into the cage. First one was the fact that she retired. She had to, get the encouragement of, hey, let me come back. And then 2, it came to the moment of actually stepping into the cage. Granted that she said it, yeah, she signed it, but it's still step in. And then 3, it was actually to pass the second round that she actually almost broke her neck in, you know? And that's
so all those things were possible obstacles in her mind that I love that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, she won the fight, right? And I know a lot of people say, oh, yeah, she won the fight the whole 9, but reality, she won the fight in that first sequence that I told you. She won that winning 4 times. Like, she ended up winning 4 times in one night. And granted, like, you know, it was exciting and, you know, bruised up and everything, but everything that happened that night was well worth it because she ended up winning 4 battles.
And evolved to a greater fighter than she ever was before. Man, I love your analysis of that stuff. It's so good to talk to you. Best of luck fighting Irwin Rivera on the 19th of September, man. I appreciate your time. I can't wait to see you get out there, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.